Yo, what is good, Killas? It is your boy BmanDaKilla. I'm back with another video for you guys. I'm back with some more Dragon Ball Z Kakarot news. So as you see on the screen, we got some Dragon Ball Z Kakarot VJ skins, translation reviews, Pilaf side story, and more. So before we hop into it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We on the road to 2K. Killa gang, you know how the fuck we do, man. Also, I did do a reaction to the gameplay of the DLC 5 for Kakarot. So if you can check that video out, I really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Thumbs up and everything like that. It does help out the channel. You know what I'm saying? Helps out the video and everything like that. Alright, so without further ado, let's hop to the shit.
There's only one thing we say it's do.
Alright, so it says translation is done by Steelball Jack. Typeset is done by Shonen Games. Shonen Games.
What? Bro, what are you talking about?
I think I pronounced it correct. Shout out to y'all for this, you know, for doing this. You know what I'm saying? Originally to the article will be in the description down below. If you want to read without my content, let's go into it, right? So it says this upcoming V-Jump shows the upcoming DLC for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot with the new information on things you can do once you finish the Tenkaichi Budokai story. Okay, off rip. That's good to know. I'm pretty sure myself and a numerous amount of people was wondering what the fuck we gonna do after the Budokai Tenkaichi story or the 23rd World Tournament, right? So that's good to know that there will be some in-game content for that. So I do enjoy that. That's good to hear. It says the scans details Goku's doing patrol events where the player polices certain areas, taking out evil entities that reside in them and unlocking various rewards for the player. Next to that is a new Pilaf side story request. Revealed that Goku and Chi-Chi are now married, and Pilaf appears before them with no further information from V-Jump. We can assume that he's up to no good as always. Okay, so before we go and check out the scans, first thing I want to comment on is that it is, like I said, going back to my previous comment, is that it's good to know that we will have in-game content after the aftermath of the tournament. Second thing I am still curious about is how, like, what would lead up to the tournament. We already know that it is a time skip from the defeat of evil Demon King Piccolo, but my thought process is wondering how they're gonna start off this DLC. Where will we be at, which will lead up to the tournament? Because it seems like all they're doing is showing just the tournament shit, you know, some gameplay, the ground mechanics, things like that, which is fine. But you know, when it comes to Kakarot DLCs, we either get it too damn short,
Trash.
or it's a good length amount.
Hold on, pause.
Where okay, you get your money's worth. You know what I'm saying? For example, you know, we had the I think probably the longest DLC we might have had thus far is the Trunks DLC, whereas the other ones, they've been alright. I think probably the second upcoming one, but with that one is probably, I would say, is the Bardock DLC. I think that's probably the second longest one we had. All the other ones been kind of pretty, I guess,
Trash.
short in time span. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's always either hit or miss when it comes to the length
Hold on, pause.
of it. I mean, I know that. Let's go ahead and check out the skins. All right, so if I mess up, my bad. I'm gonna try to zoom in on it, my bad. Okay, so let's look at the top. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, translation Steelball Jack, typeset Shonen Games. Obtain both peace and the top spot of the Tenkaichi tournament using your fist. Okay, experience even more famous Dragon Ball scenes in Dragon Ball Kakarot. Okay, the latest Kakarot DLC features the story surrounding the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai tournament. Keep reading to learn more about the ins and outs of this new DLC story. The story takes place 3 years after the Great Demon King Piccolo's defeat during the 23rd Tenkaichi tournament, a DLC story with the tournament filled with the brim with consistent strife. DLC Part 5 It's going to be called the disturbance at the Tenkaichi Budokai. Okay, so we actually, this, we're not sure, but from what the translation, this might be the possible name of the DLC for 5. So as you see here, we got of course Goku going against Giant Piccolo, or my junior, that's the name that he used in the in the tournament. So it's a battle to the death with my junior. Then we see a reunion. We see Krillin, we see Chaozu, we see Yamcha, and we see and Tien, which is cool. All right, so now I guess this is we leaning more towards the aftermath of the tournament. So it says there is a lot more to do even once you've cleared the DLC story. Online patrol events. You are given a task to police each area, taking out all the evil entities you came across. There are various rewards you can gain by winning each battle against the rogues. So we see like these little enemies over here by this little car. Looks like that's a police officer that Goku's talking to, and then I guess here's like him engaged in combat. Now my question is, right from the screenshot, do we also still engage in ground combat, or is that just only a mechanic that was only used for the tournament? But if from what it looks like he's still doing ground combat, so that might still be a thing. So but you know, things might be different. So, and plus we don't even know like how long the aftermath since the tournament that we going far into, since Goku and Chi-Chi got married. So that's also another thing to think about as well too. But I would like to add though, it would be cool to see if he uses his flying Nimbus to commute around as well, to go from area to area, because I don't even think he really was good at flying yet. So will his Nimbus actually be a lot more useful in this DLC than compared to the actual main game? Because I mean, he only used it for maybe like the first little half of like the first little few episodes of Dragon Ball Z, and then he went right back to flying and everything. So yeah, it says on the right we have a sub story with Pilaf. Find out exactly what Pilaf is up to around the newlywed Goku and Chi-Chi. Goku and Chi-Chi start the new life together after marrying at the Tenkaichi Budokai. In the midst of peace, the suspicious Pilaf and crew show up. But why? So now you see you got Pilaf, you got the dog, and you got Bman. They pull up to his house trying to bring him gifts and shit, you know, got little snacky snacks, whatever. And then it looks like you see Goku and Chi-Chi interacting with the Pilaf gang. Now my question is, do you actually like would there be like any kind of like interaction with Chi-Chi where like she does some fighting or whatever? Because like I said, you do go against Chi-Chi in that tournament as well. So would she be a playable character, not playable character, but I guess like an assist character? So I'm curious about that as well. And then this says at the bottom, 3 DLC scenarios are available with Season Pass 2, out now for 4,950 yen with tax. So I'm not sure how much that will cost in American dollars, but I'll make sure I put the price on there on the screen for those who don't have the DLC in English. So, but yeah, so pretty much what we got essentially is that we have more content after we do the main stuff with the tournament, which is cool. So yeah, from what the looks of it, looks like we got a good amount of information. So basically from all this breakdown, it seems like basically they're explaining that there will be more content after the tournament, so which is good to know. Going back to my previous questions, you know, things like will ground combat still be a thing even after the tournament? You know, will characters like Chi-Chi will be a assist character as well? And you know, how long is the length of like this DLC? Is it gonna be relatively long enough to where it can keep people engaged? Things like stuff like that, you know. So hopefully we get more information down the line, but from the looks of it, it seems like it's really coming out relatively soon. But you know how they are, they like to kind of stretch out stuff and, you know, keep people's hype and everything. So hopefully we get some more information down the line. I hope that this game this DLC should be coming out sometime either later on this month or maybe the beginning of August. So you never know. But They said it's coming soon from the trailer that I reacted to previously before I covered this. That is coming out really soon. So usually when they say that, it does probably be within a few weeks and probably like sometime early next month. So yeah, we should be getting it. But without further ado, hope I ain't keep y'all too long. Try to keep this relatively short. But let me know your guys' thoughts about the scans down below. Are you excited for the upcoming DLC 5? What are your thoughts about the scans, things like that? Let's have a conversation in the comments, and I see y'all in the next video. Killa.